They riddled his vehicle with bullets. Not one shot. Not two. A hail of gunfire that turned a luxury SUV into twisted metal. The attack happened on a Sunday night, right in Lagos, and the target was not just another politician or businessman. It was a man many people feared, many respected, and many believed was untouchable. His name was Toba Ijaya. But the biggest question everyone has been asking is this: who wanted him dead so badly, and why? To understand why this attack happened, we have to go back and understand who Toba Ijaya really was. Because this was not the kind of attack that happens without a long history behind it. On the night of July 13, 2026, Toba Ijaya was returning home after visiting his childhood neighborhood of Fadeyi. As his vehicle approached the Ikorodu road axis, heavily armed attackers reportedly intercepted his convoy and opened fire. Witnesses say the shooting was sudden and relentless. Within seconds, the vehicle was covered with bullet holes, sending shockwaves across Lagos and flooding social media with questions and speculation. So who exactly was Toba Ijaya? Born Toba Ajiboye, he was the organizing secretary of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, Lagos State Council. But that title alone did not explain the amount of influence he carried. Toba was widely known as one of the most powerful grassroots political figures in Lagos. His name commanded attention in transport unions, local politics, and on the streets. Long before becoming a union leader, Toba had built a reputation as a tough enforcer. Around the year 2000, he reportedly led a faction of the Ijaya People's Congress, better known as the OPC, where he became known for fighting court-related violence. In areas like Fadeyi and Mushin, he earned a fearsome reputation and was often referred to as the 001 of Mushin, a title that reflected the level of influence people believed he had. Over the years, his role expanded far beyond community security. He became closely associated with political mobilization and election operations. Many reports described him as a powerful political enforcer who worked with prominent politicians in Lagos State. He was also widely believed to control groups of street boys who could be mobilized whenever political tensions rose. Interestingly, despite his close association with violent street politics, Toba himself was not publicly known to be a member of any confraternity. However, he was frequently linked to individuals alleged to belong to the Ijaya confraternity, who were said to have worked alongside him during political operations and other controversial assignments. That kind of influence naturally came with powerful enemies. As his political strength grew, so did the number of people who allegedly wanted him out of the way. But according to growing street rumors, the real turning point came after the death of another influential figure known as Ogoli, who was widely believed to have been a member of the Buccaneer confraternity. What happened after Ogoli's death changed the atmosphere completely. Rumors began to spread across the streets, with fingers pointing in different directions and accusations flying without clear evidence. Whether those rumors were true or not, many people believed they placed Toba Ijaya directly in the sights of dangerous individuals who were determined to settle old scores. And if that is true, then the bullets fired on that Sunday night may not have been random at all. They may have been the latest chapter in a much deeper conflict that had been building for a very long time. But this is where the story takes a very unexpected turn. Because if the street rumors are true, then the attack on Toba Ijaya may not have started on that Sunday night. It may have started 3 months earlier, with the death of another powerful man whose name still carries weight on the streets of Lagos. That man was Ogoli. Ogoli was not just another street figure. Like Toba Ijaya, he was a man with enormous grassroots influence and strong political connections. Wherever his name was mentioned, people knew they were talking about someone with loyal supporters and real power on the streets. On the 11th of April 2026, Ogoli was brutally killed by unknown attackers. The murder immediately sparked tension because of the circumstances surrounding it. According to street accounts, Ogoli had allegedly fallen out with a political party after choosing to support a rival political camp instead. Many people on the streets believed that his change in political allegiance made him a target. However, it is important to note that these claims remain allegations and have not been officially confirmed by authorities. What made Ogoli's death even more sensitive was that he was widely known to be a member of the Buccaneer confraternity. That meant his killing was never going to be seen as an ordinary political assassination. In the eyes of many people, it was also an attack on someone connected to one of the country's most influential confraternities. As expected, rumors spread almost immediately. According to several street accounts, members of the Buccaneers believed Ogoli did not die by chance. They allegedly accused certain individuals of playing a role in the events that led to his death. Among the names that reportedly circulated in those rumors was Toba Ijaya. There is no public evidence confirming that Toba had any involvement in Ogoli's killing, and no official investigation has publicly linked him to the crime. But on the streets, rumors often travel much faster than facts. That is why, when news broke that Toba Ijaya's vehicle had been ambushed and sprayed with bullets, many people quickly reached the same conclusion. They believed it was retaliation. In their minds, this was revenge for Ogoli's death. Social media became flooded with speculation, while conversations on the streets pointed fingers in the same direction. But speculation is not proof. As of now, no law enforcement agency has publicly identified those responsible for the attack on Toba Ijaya or confirmed any connection between the two incidents. The theory of retaliation remains based on street rumors and public speculation rather than verified evidence. Yet there is one strange coincidence that has kept people talking. A detail so unusual that many believe it cannot simply be ignored. Whether it means anything or not is another question entirely. And that coincidence is where this story becomes even more mysterious. Before you conclude that this was just another assassination, there is one chilling detail you need to see. It is a coincidence so striking that many people believe it cannot simply be ignored. Whether it means the two attacks are connected is something only investigators can determine. But when you compare both incidents side by side, the similarities are impossible to miss. Take a closer look at how both attacks happened. According to reports and widespread street accounts, both Ogoli and Toba Ijaya were attacked while traveling inside their vehicles. Neither man was attacked at home. Neither was attacked at a public event. Both were on the road when vehicles carrying their attackers allegedly intercepted them. Then came the gunfire. In both cases, the attackers reportedly opened fire while their targets were still inside their vehicles. The attacks were swift, deliberate, and carefully executed. The same pattern. The same type of ambush. And, according to many people, possibly the same motive. Of course, similarities alone do not prove that the two attacks are connected. As of now, authorities have not publicly identified those responsible for either attack or confirmed that the incidents are linked in any way. But one question continues to trouble many people. How did the attackers know exactly where to find their target? For armed men to intercept a moving vehicle at the exact location and time usually suggests that they had accurate information about the victim's movements. Some people believe that such attacks often involve information leaking from someone close to the victim. However, there is no public evidence that this happened in Toba Ijaya's case, and any claim of an insider remains purely speculative. What we do know is that the attack was devastating. Although Toba Ijaya survived the initial shooting and was rushed to the hospital for emergency treatment, he later died from the injuries he sustained. He was not the only person inside the vehicle. Other occupants were also struck by gunfire during the attack. At the time of this recording, there has been no confirmed public update on their conditions. With Toba Ijaya's death, Lagos has once again lost another influential grassroots figure to violence. Whether people admired him, feared him, or disagreed with the life he lived, one reality cannot be denied: another life has been cut short, and another family has been left to mourn. Interestingly, despite the controversies surrounding him, many people who knew Toba personally remember him as a generous and caring man. They say he was always willing to help those around him, support loyal friends, and give back to his community. Those memories now stand alongside the controversies, rumors, and political stories that followed his name. As investigations continue, many important questions remain unanswered. Who carried out the attack? Was it politically motivated? Was it an act of retaliation? Or was there another reason entirely? Until investigators present verified findings, much of what is circulating online and on the streets remains speculation. But one thing is certain: violence never truly solves anything. When political rivalry turns into bloodshed, families lose fathers, brothers, sons, and friends. Communities live in fear, and the cycle of revenge only creates more victims. Let this story remind us that no political ambition, no street influence, and no personal grievance is worth a human life. Say no to cultism. Say no to dangerous political rivalry and violent reprisals. And above all, say yes to peace.